Okay, so in this video, we're going to talk about Nio Stock, so ticker symbol NIO. So Nio Stock has gone under a bit of dilution. They had another share offering recently for around $17, and that kind of caused the stock to pull back a bit, as you can see here on this chart, but it's also helped form some clear support for the stock as well, and it's back at $20. So in this video, we're going to talk about whether you should buy or sell Nio stock after the dilution. Before I get into it, guys, please be sure to smash the like button. It really helps. So what's been going on with Nio? Well, Nio is one of the clear winners, kind of the same bullish run that Tesla has gone on. And ever since their latest report, the stock has just absolutely been crushing it. The stock, took off basically on their last earnings report back in May, and then ever since then, it's just kept going higher and higher and higher. And now the company has a pretty solid market cap. It's nowhere near Tesla, but this company is considered the Tesla of China. So now I want to talk about basically whether or not Nio stock is a buy now and whether the stock has a lot of room to run. So the first thing I want to talk about is generally just the whole electric car market. We're in the midst of like an inflectionary period where there is a transition from ICE, that's internal combustible engine vehicles, into electric vehicles. So that's why you're seeing stocks like Tesla, Nio, Workhorse. All of these stocks have been going up a lot because people are kind of getting on the bandwagon that there's going to be a lot different types of vehicles on the road by 2030. And we're going to see this trend happen all over the world. And this is one of the reasons why people like Nio so much. Now, personally, I like Tesla more than Nio. I just think Tesla is actually the number one selling car in China right now over Nio, but Nio is doing really, really well as well. So I think whether you're buying Tesla or Nio, I think you can even buy both of them. But I think if you want to target the electric car market, I think Tesla is obviously your number one pick, and Nio is a close second. So now let's talk a little bit about where the stock is right now. So right now the stock has basically hit a bunch of resistance, and that's for good reason, simply because the stock is run up approximately 446% year to date. So nothing wrong with seeing a bunch of people take profits. And I want to talk a little bit more about that share offering and explain what's really going on. So as you can see here, Neil updated the press release, and it says they're offering 88,500,000 ADRs at around a price of $17. So why do companies do this? Well, companies do this usually when the stock price runs up a bit and they're able to basically sell some of the shares to the market, increase the number of shares outstanding. You're able to use this money to kind of, improve their products, improve their services. According to the press release, it says they're going to use it to increase the share capital, repurchase equity interests held by minority shareholders, and for research and development and autonomous driving vehicle technologies, global market development, and general corporate purposes. So usually when a company has an offering, the stock pulls back, but also this offering kind of creates a price floor, and or you could say this creates a price bottom for the stock. So the fact that they offered these shares at $17, that is a really, really strong sign of support. And they did this before a couple of months ago. So I want to go back. This is actually the Q2 release. You can find all of this information on Neo's IR. So this was one of the catalysts that kind of drove the stock up a lot. And then I want to talk a little bit about the offering. So here it is as well. It says in June 2020, they offered 72 million shares at around $5.95. So if we go back to the price chart, we can go. Okay, so we go back to the price chart. As we can see here, if we take a look back in June, they had an offering of around $6. So this created a nice price floor as well, or a nice bottom for the stock, and then the stock to move higher. So, for me, I think that this is a very good sign. I think that, $17 is a solid floor, and that these shares are obviously probably going to go a lot higher into the future. So now if we're taking a look at kind of longer term price targets on where Nio can go, I don't see $25 to $30 out of the range for this company. I expect numbers to continuously to increase, sales to increase, and just general more, awareness of electric cars. This is a really big transition year period. And for some of you guys that bought it down here. You're doing really, really well. But for some of you guys that kind of saw the share dilution, maybe you're thinking it's time to take profits or get out of the stock. I think it's too early. I've been talking about Neo on this channel for a long time. You guys been following my channel. I've talked about it when it was around $1 or $3 or something like that. I really like most of these electric stocks, and I think you're going to, if you pick any of them, any of the decent ones, you're going to do really, really well because this really is just the beginning. 2020 is like I mentioned before, it's an inflectionary period, and we're going to see a lot of these sales skyrocket as we move towards 2021, 2022, and 2023. And I think the pandemic situation has done nothing but actually accelerate these trends. Whereas, when there was a global lockdown, we noticed there was a lot less pollution around, and even some of the animals started coming back out. So the fact that electric cars will help this pollution problem that we're experiencing, Neo is not only a great stock to hold, I think, for the long term. I think it's one of those environmental friendly stocks as well for you guys out there that are activist investors. If you're thinking of adding a stock to your portfolio that will help the environment, I think Neo is definitely one of them. So, guys, where do I think it's going? I think it's still a strong buy, and I think there's plenty of room to run in this company. The fact that Tesla's market cap is almost 20 times bigger than Neo, and the fact that China has a lot more people than the United States, even though Tesla is obviously a global car company. I think that even if Neo was just, 20% or 25% of the market cap of Tesla, that would probably make sense, saying is that China is the biggest electric car market in the world. And I'm pretty sure more Chinese consumers will look towards Neo's cars in the future. And also the fact that China has a big hold of Asia, so that means that Neo's cars could sell well in other countries in the future, other Asian countries, looking at places like perhaps maybe Korea, Southeast Asia, and things like that, Singapore. So I think there's a lot of good potential in Neo stock. I still think it's a strong buy, and I think that the stock could head to around 25 to $30 by the end of the year. So if you haven't gotten into the stock yet, there's plenty of time to get into these stocks. I would rank them. Number one for me would be obviously Tesla. Number two, Neo, and number three would be Workhorse. So like I said, the dilution, not a big deal here. Pretty normal for a company that's growing. Even Tesla recently did a stock offering. So nothing wrong with these companies. They're not diluting the shares too much. They're just basically using that proceeds to make better products down the future, which is going to return value to shareholders. So as you can see here, you can take a look at the price chart. The last couple of offerings, they did an offering here and they created a stock soared, and then they created another offering here, and then that kind of bounced off of support. So this looks like we could be breaking out perhaps in the future. And yeah, if you're long Neo, I would say I would remain long. Things are going to look really, really good into the future. So, guys, we have another earnings report coming up in a couple of months. So I'll be sure to cover that on Neo. Neo's done really, really well the last two earnings, and that has been a major, major, major catalyst for the stocks. So it's going to be really interesting to see what's going on here. But to wrap this video up, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I would say don't panic about the dilution. I would say, this is still a good time to get in. $20. If Neo stock is at, around $40 around the end of the year, you can still double your money, and the market cap is still well under $50 billion. And when you got companies out there like Amazon, and Apple with massive multi-trillion-dollar market caps, I wouldn't be too worried about a company that's a lot smaller with a lot more room to grow in this decade. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw perhaps maybe even $100 a share for Neo by 2022 or something like that. It just seems like all of these stocks are going in the same direction, and this is still a new. Looking around society, we still have a lot of ICE cars that need to be replaced. So the companies that are offering these products, these electric cars, they're going to make a fortune, and they're also going to do great things for the environment too. It's really nice to see Neo step up and kind of take the lead in this marketplace when it comes to Chinese-owned companies. So that's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please smash the red subscribe button if you enjoy my content. Like I said, I mentioned Neo back when it was under $5. So for you guys that have been following my channel, congratulations. And a lot of the stocks that I've been mentioning recently have been doing pretty well. So it's kind of really excited to see where this channel is going in the future. So I hope you guys enjoy my content. So that's it for now, guys. Take care.